Hello, good evening. Come on in. We are about to get started. Um, if you are new here, my name is Aurelia Wynn. I go by Miss Wynn on these interwebs. And tonight I am coming to you with another episode of Shadow Work Journaling. If you did not see Sunday's episode, go back and check that out because holy cow. Okay, so I've had some time to think about it, and I think I want to do this a little bit differently because one thing that I do not enjoy is being triggered on camera and having it recorded and then sharing it because I said that I would do that. But what I'm also learning about myself and just through shadow work and through meditation and just really on this healing journey is, sometimes you don't have to share everything. And, this just might be, one of the things that I mentioned in the previous episode was that this type of journaling, this shadow work journaling, is for yourself. One of the things that they shared, so I'm working. Let me back up. I'm just so excited and jumping right into this. You will notice on the one side of the screen, you will notice the name of a book called Shadow Work Journaling. It's called Shadow Work Journal Illuminating the Dark Side of Your Psyche. It's by Luna in Soul. Really quick, let me show you where you can get that. I'm working with that book, and I also just designed a journal to go with it. So, shadow work, it says Dear Shadow, and I'm I'm doing these prompts and exercises in that particular journal. I highly recommend that you support my business and get the journal for yourself, or just use a piece of paper if you're not able to. Whatever you have, make sure that you keep it in a private place. Check out the first episode. My shadow self showed up. And let me tell you, I'm the kind of person who already jumps from tangent to tangent, subject to subject. I got stories for days. But baby, I was so triggered in that last episode. I was not ready, but today I'm ready. I am prepared. I know what to expect. I know that if you've ever done any shadow work or you're a shadow worker and this is your niche, and if you watched my last episode, I definitely told on myself that I'm a little green at this, but I'm giving it a shot because I'm a writer. I write books, but I'm a journaler. I have tons of journals. I should have brought them here with me. I have tons of journals and I love it. Like, this is my favorite form of healing. And so I'm giving a swing at it, and I'm doing it live because I really, truly, not only do I want to heal myself, but I think that when we start sharing our stories and sharing our healing or sharing about how we're doing it, and being a tad bit vulnerable with people, we will connect ourselves with our community, and our tribe, and that's absolutely what I'm looking to do. However, I do want to be careful and I do want to be safe and I don't want to expose my hand to the world. And so today we're going to do a little bit different, but I do want to show you what it is that I am using. Give me 1 second. I am also producing my own YouTube lives. I hope you like it. It took me a little time to create these things, and who join me here on YouTube twice a week. So I will be doing these on Wednesday and on Sunday. I intend to do them live. However, this coming Sunday, I will have my niece with me. For those that do not know, I am a nanny for my sister. And so my niece is 5 months old. She's so cute. So I'm going to have her with me this weekend, but I'll also be working with a Win Publications author. Wrapping up her book, going over some revisions this weekend, and so I want to make sure that I take care of that. And so I'll have something for you on Sunday, but it will probably be pre-recorded. And so stay tuned for that. Then I will be back live again on Wednesday evening. And so there is that. But okay, I think that's all of the homework, all of the announcements that I had. Let me think. Okay, so last thing that I'm gonna say about last week, and then we're gonna move into this today's prompt. And so it says, so one of the things that it says in the journal is signs you have met your shadow. 1, you sense a dark or wounded presence. 2, you feel scared. 3, you feel guilt or shame. 4, you want to run or fight. 5, you may go into denial. 6, you may want to project onto or blame others. 7, old memories resurface. 8, you feel angry. 9, you feel tired, weak, and sick to your stomach. For me, I'm very self-aware, and so one of the things that I noticed in the last episode that I was doing is old memories resurface, and it was like I was just pinging from one thing to the next. And then I feel like I started to blame people. I started to blame people a little bit. The prompt was on playing small. Why do I play small? And I shared that I felt like it was an environment. Basically, I feel like it was environments that I was putting myself in, and it was the people in those environments. However, I have control, as well as you. We have control over our lives, especially as adults. You know what I mean? And so sometimes we say yes when we meant to say no, and if you're like me, you like to keep your word, but guess what, it's okay to change your mind. And these are things that I've had to learn. And so after I got done sharing that, I was like, dang, you know what, I was a hot mess, y'all. I was a hot mess. But I felt like I needed to go back and explain a little bit more, because I got on and I got off. I was like, oh my God, I was really shocked, but I get it. I get it. They say, once again, we repeat, please keep this document private. And so while I plan to share with you some of these prompts, I want to go about it differently, like I mentioned. And so let's go ahead and just get into it. Let me go ahead and share the prompt with you. And so this is actually coming from exercise number 4, where it's talking about emotional suppression. And so the prompt is: emotional suppression and repression often point to an area of shame buried within you. Reflect on the following question and record your answer below. And it's a 2-part question. The first part says, what emotions do you rarely express around others? And then B, when did you first start hiding these emotions? And so what I want to do is I just want to give you some tools to answer these questions. I will be using the same ones. And so let me pull it up for you on my computer. What I am using Okay, you know what, y'all? I didn't realize you could not hear me. When I changed slides, you could not hear me. Holy cow. Okay, okay. We gonna get it. We gonna get it together. I'm telling you. Look, we are going to get it. Give me 1 second. Let's see. This is what I was just saying about um this is what I was just saying about producing my own YouTube um my own YouTube lives. Look, we gonna get it. Some of y'all gonna be like, Aurelia, I remember when you were a hot mess on YouTube Live, and now look at you, my day ones. Hello, how are you? Okay, let's try this. Okay, so that did not work. So let me try again. Yo, we gonna get it. We gonna get it. We gonna get it. We gonna get it for sure. Um, hmm. Audio input capture. Yeah, we gonna get it. I use Stream Elements, by the way. If you're interested in what it is that I'm using to produce my um, YouTube lives, using I am using Stream Elements, and so come on, work, baby, work, work, work. Okay, you know what? You know what? You know what it is? We gonna have to redo this. Okay, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me while I get this together. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able. Wait, we're gonna find a way. We're gonna find a way. We are going to find a way. You know what? That's okay. We are gonna find a way to do this because I really want to show you this. My goodness. I really want to show you this. And so let me add this on here real quick. Baby, we are going to get it. Bam. There it is. And what I'm going to do is make that smaller as I end there. Look, this is why I always, well, not always, but this is why I am open to just not being perfect. Y'all are witnessing greatness in the making. You just have to have a good attitude about these things because if not, then what are you gonna do? You know? Okay, so boom. There it is. Like we gonna get it. I wanted to show you this wheel, so I found a way to do it. Okay. There it is. All right. So what was I saying? What emotions do you really express around others? And so this feelings wheel, feelingswheel.com is where you can find it. And these are the different feelings. You know, sometimes we're aware of the feeling of like bad or surprised or happy or sad or disgusted or angry. But what else? What else? Like, is it, do you feel let down? humiliated, bitter, mad, aggressive, those all are rooted in anger. And so I love how it has the roots towards the center, and then the more descriptive language just kind of going towards the outer end of the circle. But the question again is, what emotions do you rarely express around others? Can I take a stab in the dark and say maybe you rarely share anger around others? Are you always happy? I know for me, people, okay, I'm gonna tell the story. I know for me, people always say like, oh, you're so, joyful. I love your energy. You have the best energy. You're so optimistic. You're so courageous. You're so vulnerable. Like all these things, and that I absolutely intend to be that way. And I can say, let me see, what other emotion on here would I say? For me, an emotion that I'm okay with sharing that I sometimes suppress is embarrassed. Y'all, holy, did you just see? I was a little bit embarrassed just, if you rewind, just a minute ago. There was a whole section of this video where my audio wasn't working. How embarrassing. How embarrassing is that? But look, I'm going to go ahead and laugh it off because that's what I do. But also, I just feel like I operate in that. I feel like that's just a part of my personality. So I'm okay with it. I ain't tripping, right? But there are emotions that you and I have that we do not share. Anger. Man, is anger one that you suppress, or do you not, share how you're really feeling with people? And why do we do that? That's not a question on here, but I feel like these prompts really just get you started, right? Really just get you thinking. And you can start asking yourself your own questions like, man, why do I rarely express these emotions around others? Is it because you're playing small? Is it because you don't want to be seen? Is it because you don't want to take up space? Is it because you're afraid of something, or you're anxious, or you feel like expressing this emotion is frightening? What is it? You know what I mean? And you can use this to help you explain like why you do it. I suppress the emotion of fear around others because it makes me embarrassed, or I feel like I will repel people from me. I feel like I won't be able to make friends. I want to keep the peace, and so I suppress my emotions. Maybe those are things that you're thinking. And it's okay to know these things about yourself without judging yourself. For me, look, I will laugh at myself and carry on because I know that my work that I do on myself is only going to be a gift, not only to me, but to the other people that I work with, to the Win Publications authors that I work with and that I publish, to the partners that I work with on editing books, on formatting books, on designing book covers, all of that, all of this self-work, all of this shadow work that I'm doing in my personal life and that I'm doing here and sharing with you all. It's going to be beneficial in every area of my life, and that is going to be what keeps me going and sharing with you all. And while I might not be directly answering these questions and sharing the stories that come to mind for myself, I think I said that even in the last episode, out of fear that what if somebody gets a hold of this and they use this and try to hurt me with the information that I've shared, and there are things that can be done to prevent that. And so one of them is not exposing my whole hand. And so that is where I'm at, because while it is a fear, I also believe that it is wisdom, and it was something that was bolded in this book. Is, once again, we repeat, please keep this document private. And so there are some things that I should not share online, and I am going to stick with that wisdom. Again, I keep referring to the first episode because I feel like I was green, super green. I watch tons of like TikTok and YouTube videos, but I'm also the kind of person who could be a little stubborn. I gotta try it and see. And when I try it and see, baby, I'm gonna learn and I'm gonna evolve and I'm gonna elevate and we're gonna move on. And so I feel like since Sunday, today's Wednesday, since Sunday, some evolution has happened, some change has happened, and I feel good about continuing on in this journey with you. And so check out this feelings wheel. What emotions do you really express around others? Other question that I asked was why. And then the part 2 that they have on here is, when did you first start hiding these emotions? Is there a memory that comes to mind? What happened? When did you stop sharing these emotions? Was it when you were a child? Were you reprimanded for being angry? Or were you told, like, you know, boys don't cry, or even girls, like, toughen up, why are you crying? You know, so it's hard for you to express sadness in front of others. Or maybe you're just kind of, I call it like a monotone of emotion. Like, you're just kind of just like, almost not really depressed, but you're just kind of like way chill, almost like a concerning kind of a chill. So you're not really happy. You don't really show your happiness. You don't really show your joyful. You kind of are just like an observer. You kind of just watch people. You don't really show emotion with other people. What is it? And when did that start? Were you normally, in my mind, I want to say it's negative experiences that we face during our childhood, and they continue to be reinforced throughout our life, as to why we don't share these emotions. I know someone who, one of their emotions that they always shared was anger, and they shared their angry emotions to be manipulative, because they knew that their anger made them like so big, right? And for someone who, you know, if you're a customer service representative, or you work in the field where you serve people and you have someone who's just coming in angry, it might make you feel some kind of way. You might feel surprised, confused, even startled. You might be feeling these things, perplexed, like, what the hell? And so, you know, what was in that case, you know, that's completely different than what we're talking about. But it made me think about that particular person, who would always like, you could tell off bat, like, wow, this is an angry person. And so they were okay with that. And so what I was getting at is, I felt like they hid their happiness and they hid their joy. And a lot of these things, again, are rooted in fear. They're rooted in shame. Who shamed you for expressing your happiness? Who shamed you for expressing your anger, your sadness, your disgustedness, your feeling bad? Like, who shamed you into making you, like, always be happy, or always be quiet, or whatever it is, that kind of like constant, who shamed you in keeping you on that level? Who told you that it was bad to be angry or to express your emotions openly and in front of people? Who told you that? When did that first happen? And so Man, this was good. This was really good. I think once we got on track, y'all, we gonna get it. It's gonna get better and better every episode. You mark my words. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna get better and better every episode. I think we got off to a great start. I want to close with this last thing that they have shared in this workbook that I have here. And it says, the shadow is compromised largely of elements of our nature, our repressed sexuality, fears, frailties, secret desires, and so on, that we have rejected for various reasons, and such have been effectively split off, forming a type of second personality that emerges under certain conditions like stress, anxiety, strong emotions, and anything involving sudden changes. And this is from Robert A. Johnson, and that is so true. Whew! I think we have enough to work with for tonight. And so you can, again, get this workbook by going to MissWin.com, clicking on Reaching Mindful Writers, click Learn More, scroll. Click on the Shadow Work Journal, Illuminating the Dark Side of the Psyche, and use the code Dear Shadow to get 15% off. No, I am not sponsored by them, but this is what I'm using, and I knew that I was going to be sharing this openly, and so I felt like, you guys should get a discount if we're going to be promoting their things really for free. And so check it out. I know that you're going to love this. Otherwise, I will see you again on Sunday. It will not be live. It will be pre-recorded, but it is going to be fabulous. All right. I hope that you have a great night. Thank you so much for working with me through these technical difficulties tonight. But I will see you in the next video. Happy writing. Also, before I go, don't forget to love on yourself extra after you work through this journal. These things can have you feeling bad about yourself. The last thing that you need to do while you are healing is to go into a